Hey yo, it's me, that black guy from the cruise, and today I need to talk to you about something that is so important that it could be the difference between life and death. It also could be the difference between losing thousands upon thousands of dollars for the cruise that you went on because you got sick and you're stuck someplace and you can't get off the ship. I'm talking about the big C virus. Now, I've looked at all the videos that I've done, and the videos that have the most views that I've done, they deal with alcohol and they deal with sex, believe it or not. But another video that I did that has less than a couple hundred views, which means people didn't watch it, is a video called Wash Your Hands, CDC style. That's right, wash your hands. For some reason, that's not as important as alcohol and sex. But given what's going on in the world today, it absolutely is. Now, the big C virus, it is absolutely going across the world. It's making its way from Asia down to the Middle East, and now it's coming to America. But most importantly, it is on cruise ships. And you know, these cruise ships with over 6,000 people, 3,000 people, Royal Caribbean's 8,000 people. You know, the chances of you getting sick, whether it's the C virus, whether it's influenza, whether it's diarrhea, goes up astronomically in these enclosed environments. So I'm re-releasing that video, which is called Wash Your Hands CDC style, because I want you to come back from your cruise healthy and alive. There are some ignorant, selfish people in this world who don't give a damn about anybody but themselves. And they will get on the boat. They will lie about their symptoms. They will do whatever it can if they want to get on that cruise ship. And that means that they will be exposing other people to health hazards because of their selfishness and idiocy. Well, the first line of defense on any disease, especially these viruses, things like the cold and so forth like that, is to be proactive, and that is to wash your hands. Yes, you can do a lot by just using simple hygienic practices, and the first one is washing your hands. Wash your hands before you eat dinner. Wash your hands after touching surfaces. Wash your hands after going to the bathroom. Don't put your fingers or hands in your eyes. Don't put your fingers up your nose where there's mucous membranes and dirt and viruses and bacteria can get up into your system. Basically, watch the video, Wash Your Hands CDC style, which I am going to actually include in this video. And we're going to watch it right now, and then I'm going to come back after the video.
Let's get on with the facts. Today, we're going to be talking about something so simple that people forget about it. Yes, we're going to keep you safe. We're going to keep you healthy on your cruise so you can get the most out of your money and the most out of your vacation. And what is that? We're going to talk about washing your hands. People be like, hey, Jeff, man, I know how to wash my hands. You know, I've been washing my hands for like decades. That's the problem, yeah? See, we've been doing it for so long that many of us have forgotten how to wash our hands properly, at least according to the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control. The CDC has put out 6 steps on how to properly wash your hands when traveling on a cruise ship. They've also given us a couple of guidelines when we should wash our hands, before and after. So let's get into the before and after before we get to the steps on how to properly wash your hands. Now, according to the CDC, you should wash your hands before touching your hand to your mouth, such as eating, smoking, or brushing your teeth. You should also wash your hands before helping a sick person. Well, you might be like, why? Because if a person is sick, their immune system is already compromised. You don't want to exacerbate that by introducing additional germs with your hands into that person's system. Enough of that, right? Okay, let's talk about after. You should always wash your hands after going to the bathroom. I mean, gone are those days of the Wild Wild West where you just go in, do number 1 or you do number 2, and then just take off. That is a sure way to get people sick on the cruise. Maybe you, a family member, or worse, the entire ship. Okay, so next time you should wash your hands, for those of you who have small kids, after changing diapers. What? I know, it seems kind of like intuitive. If people were washing their hands after changing diapers, well, why we even talk about it? You see what I'm saying? All right, so the next time you should wash your hands is after touching high contact surfaces like doorknobs, yes, elevator buttons, or how about this, going down the steps in the atrium where everyone touches the railing? Yes, high contact surfaces, wash your hands. You should also wash your hands after returning to your cabin. Wash those hands after helping a sick person, and definitely wash your hands after blowing your nose. All right, so we've gone through with the before and the after. Now let's talk about the how. How should you wash your hands? Now, as I told you, the CDC has put out 6 recommended steps on how to properly wash your hands. Step number 1, wait, why are we talking about it here? The best place to talk about washing your hands is in the bathroom. And I can do kind of like a show and tell, and we can just do it that way. Okay, so why don't you come with me to my bathroom, and we're gonna talk about how to properly wash your hands CDC style. Let's go. You wet your hands with warm water and then apply a generous amount of soap. Then you're supposed to rub your hands together for 20 seconds. Now, after you rub your hands together for 20 seconds, you're supposed to rinse your hands, dry them with a paper towel, and then use the paper towel to turn off the faucet and open the door. Did you catch that? So basically, after you wash your hands like this, you're supposed to dry your hands with a paper towel, and I'm going to simulate this as a paper towel. This is our paper towel, and then you're supposed to use the paper towel to turn off the faucet. And the reason that is because after a person goes to the bathroom, now imagine a person goes and they do a number 2, and then they get fecal matter on their hand, and then they come to wash their hands, they touch the faucets. Now those germs are on that faucet, and he washes his hands and then he turns them off, but just because he turns them off, his hands wet, doesn't mean that those germs or bacteria, it's gone. And then here you come and voila, wash your hands, think your hands are clean, put your hands back on there, and you've just basically got your hands dirty. So they recommend, even though it seems like it's wasting water, to turn off that with the faucets off with the paper towel, and then use that same paper towel to open the door. At least they're not advocating getting a different paper towel. I mean, I guess they're saving the environment. Just washing your hands is not going to ensure that you don't get sick, but it is the first line of defense. So wash your hands. 20 seconds to wash your hands is little compared to being sick for the rest of your trip.
I hope it was informative, and it may be something that you already know, but you know what? It's always good just to be reminded of these things so it's in the forefront of your mind and you will take the extra precautions. Now, I know you might be asking, why in the world has he got a respirator on? And the reason I have it on is so that you would pay attention, so you will know just how serious this is. So anyway, when you're on the boat, and you're thinking, should I wash my hands or not? You're going to think back and remember, I saw that black guy from the cruise with a respirator on. Oh, that was because he was talking about washing your hands. You know what? I'm going to wash my hands. That's it, folks. I want you to be safe. I want you to live another day so you can celebrate life. That's right. Whatever you do, however you do it, please celebrate life, and I will see you on the high seas.
Wash hands well each day.